Hello. Did you know that just 1 tablespoon of this food a day can bring incredible results for your body and your health in general? What is this magical food that you should include in your diet today? Flaxseed. If you still don't consume flaxseed on a daily basis, in this video I'm going to convince you. I'm going to tell you about the 7 incredible benefits that flaxseed will bring to your body. I'll also tell you which is better, golden or brown linseed, who shouldn't eat flax seeds, and what's the best way to use them. Don't make the mistake that many people make, because you'd be wasting money and missing out on many of the benefits of this wonderful seed. But first, enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss out on our health tips. And share this video with as many people as possible on your social networks, because on this channel, we learn how to take care of our greatest asset, which is our health. And tell me, do you eat flaxseed every day, or have you never tried it? What part of the United States or the world are you from? Write in the comments. Let's go. What improvements could you see in your health if you started consuming flaxseed? I'm going to talk about the 7 main ones, and at the end I'm going to give you a very important tip so that you don't buy the wrong flaxseed or make the mistake that many people make when consuming it. So watch the whole video, stay with me until the end. 7th benefit, flaxseed can help reduce your blood pressure. A study published in the journal Hypertension claims that flaxseed is perhaps the food that most helps reduce blood pressure. It was a double-blind, randomized study, which is very difficult to do with food, because people usually realize that something strange is being mixed into their food. But they managed to disguise the flaxseed in the other ingredients of muffins, sweet cookies. After 6 months, those who ate the muffins without linseed had hypertension. But what about those who ate the muffins with disguised linseed? There was a drop in pressure, and the drop was equivalent to a diuretic, but without the side effects. In this group, the pressure dropped from 15.882, para 14.375. In other words, they almost got rid of hypertension just by eating linseed. To put it in perspective, this drop in pressure would result in almost 50% fewer strokes and almost 30% less heart disease. And look, it wasn't just this study. In a review of more than 15 clinical trials, with more than 1,300 participants, it was concluded that the line has the power to significantly reduce systolic and diastolic blood pressure. If you're one of the 127.8 million Americans who have hypertension, it's worth adding 1 tablespoon of flaxseed to your diet. It's cheaper than buying medicine. 6th benefit. Flaxseed can prevent diabetes and control blood sugar. Diabetes, as you know, has been on the rise lately. There are many pre-diabetic people and many on the verge of becoming diabetic. All that's missing is a little push. And one of the problems that is aggravating this situation is the lack of fiber in the diet. Flaxseed is rich in 2 types of fiber, soluble and insoluble. Insoluble fiber provides satiety, and soluble fiber slows down the absorption of sugar in the blood, which can reduce blood sugar levels. And that's not all. Fiber plays a crucial role in maintaining metabolic health, as its interference in the large intestine produces metabolites such as acetate, propionate, and butyrate, which have beneficial effects on glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. Did you know that apple cider vinegar improves diabetes? So in apple cider vinegar you take acetate, which can improve blood sugar. But when you eat fiber, your intestines produce acetate. In other words, you don't need to drink apple cider vinegar if you don't like the acidic taste. Eating more fiber will have the same result. And fiber has a prebiotic effect. It improves diversity and increases good bacteria in the gut, such as bifidobacteria, which maintain the integrity of the intestinal barrier and reduce systemic inflammation, 2 important factors in preventing weight gain and controlling diabetes. Specifically with flaxseed, a meta-analysis of 25 scientific studies showed that eating flaxseed can reduce blood sugar and increase insulin sensitivity, preventing you from becoming diabetic, and if you are already diabetic, it controls glucose better. 5th benefit. Can it reduce your cholesterol? Well, it improves blood pressure, reduces the risk of diabetes, and lowers cholesterol, precisely because it is rich in fiber. When you eat more fatty foods, the fiber in flaxseed reduces the body's absorption of this fat. In addition, bile, which contains cholesterol, is neutralized by the fiber, causing the body to use the circulating cholesterol to produce more bile. And that's not all. Linseed is one of the richest vegetables in omega-3. A tablespoon of ground linseed contains around 1.6 grams of ALA alpha-linolenic acid, which is quite significant. Omega-3 helps to increase good cholesterol, reduce bad cholesterol, and triglycerides a little. That's why if you suffer from high cholesterol, have fatty plaques, it's worth starting with flaxseed today and not wasting your money on omega-3 capsules. Fourth benefit. Flaxseed can reduce inflammation and body aches. You see, today's diet is unbalanced. We consume a lot of omega-6 from soybean and corn oils, and also from the proteins we eat: chicken feed, fish feed, pork feed. So a non-organic egg has a lot of omega-6, as does our meat. Omega-3 has anti-inflammatory properties. If you suffer from body, joint, or spinal pain, a diet rich in omega-3 can help, and that's where linseed comes in. It's more interesting than spending money on anti-inflammatories from the pharmacy, which can attack your heart and kidneys. Third benefit. Flaxseed can reduce the risk of breast cancer. Women, take a look at the interesting benefits of flaxseed. Breast cancer is the most common cancer if skin cancer is not taken into account. Almost 462,000 new cases are discovered in America, and it's the cancer that kills the most women. What does flaxseed have to protect against breast cancer? Flaxseed is rich in lignans. If you don't know what lignans are, they are phytoestrogens that can neutralize the effects of the body's own estrogen and have powerful anti-cancer properties. Linseed has between 70 and 800 times more lignans than other vegetables. In the laboratory, lignans directly suppress breast cancer toxicity. And it's not just in the lab. Among breast cancer survivors, those who had higher levels of lignans in their blood seem to survive significantly longer. A double-blind, randomized clinical trial shows the effect of flaxseed. The researchers selected women with breast cancer scheduled for surgery and randomly divided them into two groups. One group ate a muffin containing flaxseed every day, while the other group ate a muffin that looked and tasted the same, but contained no flaxseed. Biopsies of the tumors in the flaxseed and non-flaxseed groups were taken at the beginning of the study and then compared with the surgical specimen about 5 weeks later. Did it have any effect? The flaxseed seemed to return to the cancer of the women who ate the less aggressive flaxseed cookies. 2. Benefit. Flax seeds can reduce the risk of prostate cancer. Men, pay attention. Almost half of all men have never been to the urologist, and more than 290,000 discover prostate cancer every year. Again, lignans can also reduce the risk of prostate cancer and also make the tumor less aggressive. Studies of men with prostate cancer who consumed flaxseed showed lower rates of tumor growth and a drop in PSA. But of course, it's not just about eating linseed. If you've never been to the urologist, go. Don't be shy. First benefit. Flaxseed can help with weight loss and belly fat. As I've already said, flaxseed is rich in fiber and healthy fats that help with satiety. It's also high in protein. A meta-analysis of 45 studies found that eating flax seeds as part of a healthy diet can reduce your weight, especially after 12 weeks in obese individuals. It also reduces abdominal deficiency, i.e., belly fat. These are the 7 main benefits of flax seeds, but there are others, right? It reduces constipation, can improve your skin, reduces the risk of osteoporosis, and reduces the risk of bowel, lung, and even skin cancer. You see, it's not news that flaxseed is considered a superfood. Hippocrates in ancient Greece wrote about the use of linseed to treat his patients. So you're convinced? I was really impressed to put linseed in my diet because of its anti-cancer effect. The effect of lignans is very interesting, and linseed is one of the main anti-cancer foods out there. It has pro-apoptotic, causing programmed cell death of tumor cells, and anti-angiogenic, reduces blood supply effects. Of course, you don't need to overdo it. 1 tablespoon a day is enough. Which to choose? Golden or brown linseed? From a nutritional point of view, both are very similar, with the golden one having a little more protein. In terms of omega-3, the two are similar. What differentiates the two is the taste and a harder flavor. Golden linseed has a slightly milder flavor, and brown linseed has a harder shell. Does linseed oil help? Well, I don't think it's interesting to use linseed oil, because you'll miss out on many of the amazing benefits of linseed. It may be healthier than other oils, but you won't get all the benefits. How are you going to use this linseed? First of all, you can't go wrong here. You're not going to eat the whole flaxseed. You can buy it whole, but grind it first. If you don't grind them or chew them very well, they can pass straight through your intestines without being digested. If you eat them whole, they can't release any nutrients. So grind the seeds first with a blender or coffee grinder. Or you can buy them already ground. Ground flax seeds can last at least 4 months at room temperature. But look, if you go beyond that, it can go rancid and lose its omega-3 and other positive properties. Are flax seeds good for everyone? Who shouldn't eat linseed? If you suffer from diverticulitis, can you eat flaxseed? If you want to, of course you can. You should. However, if you're allergic to linseed, it's best to avoid it. Due to its high fiber content, eating too much can cause gas and bloating. If you have problems with this, start slowly. A teaspoon a day. And if you have end-stage renal disease, as linseed is rich in potassium, it could be a problem, so talk to your doctor first. It's not that it's serious for kidney problems. There is a study that, due to its anti-inflammatory properties, linseed may even be beneficial in lupus nephritis. It's just the potassium that's the problem. How to get flaxseed into your diet? Is it better to eat flaxseed in the morning or at night? I've looked, but there's no research on the best time of day to eat flaxseed. The best time to eat it is the time that works for you. And flaxseed is easy to add to your diet. I'll be quite honest. Before I learned about the benefits of flaxseed, I used to practically let flaxseed go to waste. I only used it when it was close to expiring. See how important it is for you to know the benefits and use it correctly. Today, I use it every day. Most of the time, I use it mixed with oats for breakfast. For me, it makes no difference to the taste. But you can add it to fruit smoothies. Sprinkle ground linseed on salads, soups, beans, cake or pie recipes, tapioca, farofa, yogurt, chicken parmigiana. It's very easy to get your daily portion of linseed, and they make a good binding agent and can be used as a thickener. If flaxseed isn't part of your diet, it's worth introducing it in any way you can think of. If you do use it, write how you use it below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share this video with your friends and family, and remember, flaxseed is very good for your health. Always remember to consult a health professional for personalized advice, especially if you have pre-existing medical conditions. And what's the next video you're going to watch? I'm going to share 2 relevant recommendations here that are popping up for you. My video on the 7 foods to prevent and avoid stroke, and my playlist of the best foods for health, with PRA Pro Nobis, rosemary, turmeric, garlic, beet. If you're a fan of this kind of content, you'll love it. Thank you very much for following me to the end, and may God bless us with health and life. And let's promote everyone's well-being together.